Hello and welcome. My name is Lorrayne Ham, and this is Living Your Best Life. I haven't been on for a while. I just have to say that life is weird and time is an illusion. Very challenging to sort of, I guess it's challenging for me to focus my energy in this 3D matrix. I prefer spending my time in other pursuits. However, my inner spirit said, now's the time. It's time to create a video. It's time to discuss these very important topics with all of you. So, I have been introduced to a system of, I would say, understanding the codes and frequencies of the computer matrix, and I've been diving deep and having a lot of fun playing with the codes. Now, the system is called Balancing by Numbers. It's been around for a long time. The gentleman's last name is Mears, Lloyd, I believe, Mears. And I encourage you to look it up. But here's the thing. What it opened up and expanded within my awareness, and I've been working with a friend, Alina Rudkowskaya, on developing our own codes that are computer programs. We operate in frequency. Numbers, light, are all codes and frequencies. And if we can access or create a computer program to insert into the field, then this is how we can influence, especially for those of us like me that tend to be a little more geeky, a little more, process information a little bit differently than our feeling. Now, you and I both know that feelings are the quickest way to move into the subconscious mind and express out in frequency to the greater whole. But some of us are just not, as a child I was, but as I've gotten older, I've become more discerning, and I am not as empathic as many of you are. I am aware, but I'm not sending out tendrils to tap into the feelings and emotions of the world. That doesn't mean I'm not affected by them. As a matter of fact, yesterday was a very strange day, and my solar plexus, my center of power, was roiling. It was jittery and uncomfortable, and that to me is how I know that the greater collective is in an energetic warble, if you will. So, let's get back to these codes and frequencies. Now, I like having tools and techniques that help facilitate me accessing the field. And I understand that numbers are one of the ways that the computer matrix operates. Numbers have frequency, and each number, 0 through 9, holds a particular tone and code. And if we can combine these numbers together, we can essentially insert a computer program into the greater whole. Now, Alina and I have been playing with, the other day we did a code like this. We wanted, and here's the thing, and here's how I'd like you to perhaps learn to access these numbers. You know that I have been teaching you how to do muscle testing, applied kinesiology. And if you haven't seen those videos, you can look them up. Applied Kinesiology, Lorrayne Ham, Living Your Best Life, and up will pop these videos. Now, I'll try to remember to link them in the bottom, but I can't guarantee that will happen because, once this minute is over, I'm on to the next. Okay, so applied kinesiology, using the intelligence of your body, your field, your connection to the divine source to interpret the knowledge and information that your highest self is trying to impart on you. So we set out to release resistance. Now, I'm kind of a hit it with a sledgehammer kind of gal. Don't do any of these ball peen hammers, these little tiny nothings. Let's just ram the whole big kit and caboodle all at once. It's kind of how I roll. So we came up with a code. We basically told our higher selves in a meditative state, we want the codes and frequencies that allow us to have the ability to release all resistance in our bodies and fields. All resistance. Now, we have since realized that might have been a little broad. In other words, both Alina and I were feeling suspended in time and space as a result of using that frequency. Now, imagine that you have released all resistance to everything. Everything. What would you feel? How would that manifest within your reality? What would your bodies and fields feel about that? Well, when I analyzed it, because I asked her how she was doing, and she said, I feel suspended. And that was the perfect description of what I was feeling, but I couldn't find the right word, and she did. This is why it's really good to have co-collaborators when you're doing your work. Someone you can bounce ideas off of and expand because we only know what we know right in this moment. And sometimes others have other experiences or words that can expand our present awareness. So when we did this code and we were both feeling suspended, it was like, okay, well, that's really cool. We now know that maybe we need to define this a little bit more. We need to tighten it up. So I don't know that we were successful in tightening. I think we expanded even further, but we're kind of like that. Two Aquarius beings working together, we kind of live out there, and sometimes it's hard to pull us down to earth. So here is the code that we came up with for that. It's a 12-digit code. Now, how we were told through the Balancing by Numbers book is that you repeat each code 7 times. Now, I was questioning my higher self as to what is this 7 times business? Because, I am not a rule follower, and I want to know why I'm doing something. I want to know the reasons. I want to understand. Understand better to say. And what I heard was that is the code for humanity, the human physical body. 7. So how do you insert a program into a number 7? You repeat it 7 times. It was plausible to me. You play with it and see how it feels to you. But here's the 12-digit code we came up with for having the ability to release all resistance in our bodies and fields. 5, 6, 0, 6, 9, 7, 4, 4, 3, 1, 1, 5. See how that resonates. Do you do you feel as each number lands? I'm going to read it again, but I'll let you finish out and do the other 5. 5, 6, 0, 6, 9, 7, 4, 4, 3, 1, 1, 5. Now, I don't know about you, but I can feel that bubbling within my cellular structure. It's tingles, those truth knowings that rise up your spine and down your arms. Okay, so then we thought, maybe we need to define this a little bit more, and we're still in the assessment program of this next number, but the next number had 14 digits. 14 digits. So here's the concept. The concept is we wanted to be in the flow of grace, in divine love. Flow with universal intelligence. Surrender to our highest selves knowing. Be in flow. So that was our request of the universe. And then the universe came back and said it was a 14-digit code. This is this 14-digit code. 9, 7, 1, 8, 6, 7, 0, 3, 9, 2, 5, 8, 1, 6. 9, 7, 1, 8, 6, 7, 0, 3, 9, 2, 5, 8, 1, 6. How does that feel in your bodies and fields? Can you feel that? I encourage you to play with these numbers. And if you have something that you want a code and frequency for, ask your highest self. It is not separate from you. This is something else I wanted to bring up quickly. Nothing is external of you. You are the entirety. We are a collective that is singular. We have been, I can't think of the word. We have been trained, that's not the word I was thinking of, but we have been manipulated and trained to believe that external reality is more important than our internal reality. If you think about it as children, as babies, the minute we came into this plane of existence, everything was telling us that in order to survive, we needed to look outside of ourselves. We were not trained into our knowing that we are all one. Now, these codes and frequencies on the surface feel like we're looking outside of ourselves to get another modality to heal ourselves. But when we did this code, we asked for our highest version to bring forth into this existence this code so that we could insert this code into the field and operate from that point. So I'm going to read the code again. I want you to take a deep breath and just allow it to permeate through your being. And I encourage you to write it down so that you have this code and that you can play with it and you can report back and tell me how it feels. All right. 9, 7, 1, 8, 6, 7, 0, 3, 9, 2, 5, 8, 1, 6. I hope you play with this, experiment with this, and if you want to do your own code, just go within and ask your highest self, your inner being, your divine source self, for numbers and codes. Now, how we did this was we first made the statement, the code for this idea that we were trying to bring into being has 1 or more digits, 5 or more digits, 10 or more digits. Now, at the point where your fingers go weak, your muscles go weak, then so let's say it's at 15 or more digits, it goes weak, then you go backwards from there. So it would be 14 or less digits, 13 or less. And when you get the first strong, you hold. And then you just check. 13 digits and you check. Then you know how many digits you have. And then you go at each digit, you go position number 1 or digit number 1 of this code that we're working on has 0, it is between 0 and 5. Muscle test. If it's weak, then you know it's between 6 and 9. You muscle test 6, 9 until you get your first strong. And then when it's strong, you just check. The number is whatever it is. And then you go to the next digit and you work through all the digits in this manner. And then you have your code. And then you repeat that code, that frequency 7 times. And then you can even muscle test yourself and say, my bodies and fields need me to repeat this code 1 or more times a day. And you muscle test. If it says yes, then you go 2 or more, 3 or more, until it breaks, it goes weak, and then you go back to the last strong. Let's say it goes weak on 3, so you know 2, you need to repeat that 7 times twice a day. And you can even say to your body, I need to repeat this in the morning, and I need to repeat this at night before I go to bed. Muscle test it. Check it. Then you know you're going to be repeating that. You could even say I need to repeat it twice a day for 1 week or more, 2 weeks or more. You can play with this. You can get very specific and very precise as to how your bodies and fields, your highest self, wants to interface with this matrix game. All right, I hope that was fun for you. I hope you will try some of this. And if you haven't yet liked or subscribed, I'd appreciate if you did. And if you feel like sharing it with other people who might find this interesting and entertaining, I'd appreciate that. Until next time, blessings. And I wish you a pleasant day.